Hello and welcome to Math 119. I wanted to kind of give you a tour of our classroom. This is our D2L classroom site, and in here you're going to see some tabs at the top. You're also going to see when you come to the page, you're going to see the announcements. And on the right hand side, you're going to see the link for the syllabus. So if you click here, you can pull up the syllabus, and I would suggest that you read through this and learn about what is the classroom criteria for your grade and take a look at all of these things. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, we also have some like general classroom policies. You should take a look at all of these things and read it to yourself. And then if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see some important dates. You'll see technology problem solving issues. So if you need any help with anything, there's the link for the MyLab Math, and there's also the link for the LCC Help Desk here. These course objectives are the objectives that you will learn throughout this semester. And the very bottom here, you have the schedule, which I have also provided a Word document schedule for you too. And on this schedule, I'll have all the due dates and when the exams are and important dates throughout the semester. Now, if we go back here, this is where you want to come and see the announcements. I post announcements at least once a week, most of the times more than once a week. And if you go to content, you're going to see the class material. So this is the same material that when I teach a face-to-face class that we go through. And you have the blank guides. These are study guides. And then you have the filled in study guides. So this is what we would go through in class. And so because we're an online class, you'll need to read through these and read through the book and fill in the blanks. I don't collect these. This is for your studying purposes. So these have important problems in them. You're going to see problems like you'll see when you're doing the homework. There are also some videos to watch. Some of the videos most of them are practicing problems with you, and I've recorded them. You also have PowerPoint, so the PPT stands for PowerPoint for each section. And then you have practice. So the practice problems, you'll have the practice problems here, and then you have an answer key. And it doesn't just have the answers, but it has a solution guide to it. So you want to take a look at those. These are problems that you're going to see on the exams. So it's a good idea to take a look at these and practice them before exam time. So that is for each chapter, you will have that. Now, I have it listed by unit. So right now we only have the Unit 1 material, and we only have the beginning of the Unit 1 material. I will be putting the Unit 1 material, all of it, up soon. But right now we're in Chapter 2, so you'll see Chapter 2. I've also put the next chapter in there. Now, there are some other tabs on the left-hand side here. We have the formula sheet. So if you pull up this formula sheet, and I say you should click this and download it. The formula sheet is a formula sheet that you are going to be given for when you go to take your exam. So when you go to take your exam, that is the exact formula sheet that you will have provided to you. It's the same formula sheet for the whole semester. So you'll notice at the beginning, you're going to be using the material at the beginning, but you'll have this every time. So once you get to the other material, the back page will be more relevant, but you'll also have this. So this is the formula sheet that you will see on each exam and on the final exam. So I have it provided for you here so that you can get used to it. The schedule is the schedule. Like I said, I have a Word document so that you can print this out and you can keep it by where you're working on your material so that you can see what is due. And if you scroll down, you can see like when our exams are, and you'll see when things are due in the MyLab Math, homework-wise. Now, Unit 1 exam, it is available for 3 days, and you have to go into the LCC Testing Center to complete it, or you can make other arrangements if you are far from LCC campuses. So, and I've posted an announcement on that. It is, if we go to the announcements page, you're going to see it right here. So all the exams are proctored, so that means that that they are monitored when you're taking them. This is a math department policy at LCC. And so if you can't come to campus, you can still take the exams. You can use ProctorU at home, or you can go to a local college or library, and they can proctor for you. But all of that has to be set up by communicating with the LCC testing center. And so you click the proctor request form and you fill out that information if you're going to take it off campus. So, and if you have any questions, you can email them or call them at this number. All of this should be done as soon as possible, because you can't, if you're not going to come into campus to complete the exam, you have to have this set up in advance. So you can't wait till that day and then set it up. Typically, they would like 5 business days to complete those forms. Also, you'll see the introduction activity, which involves you introducing yourself and responding to 2 classmates' videos. So that's worth points. So you want to make sure you click the link. You can also scan this QR code and join that way. Now, one thing in this class we'll have homework, we have quizzes, we will have some projects, and you'll find all those tabs on the left-hand side. The MyLab Math is where the homework is. So you're going to click and launch the course materials. And once you do that, you are going to open up the MyLab Math. And it will look something like this. So this is, your screen might look a little bit different, but this is what it looks like, and it gives you the due dates and it shows you the homework. So you can come in here and you can do the homework. I would suggest writing down the homework in a notebook so that you can study from it, because these are problems that you're going to see on the exam. So for example, here are the questions for 2A. So when I click on a question, now I would suggest doing them in order. When you click on one, it will open up the question, and then you will complete the question. You'll answer it here, and you can get immediate feedback on whether it is correct or incorrect. So you pick, now I'm just going to pick a random one. I don't know if that's correct. And I'm going to hit check answer, and then move on to the next one. So when you get it right, you're going to get a green check mark, and when you get it incorrect, you're going to get a red check mark. And so once you, it gives you multiple attempts to do it. So you would write out the problem and complete it in your notes, but then answer the question here. Once you are done, if you're not completed all the questions, you can hit save and go back to it. Now, homework requires a score of 70% or higher to receive credit for the homework, and you get full credit at 70% or higher. And so it automatically saves it, so I can see that what you've completed. And you can also come back. So when I come back here, it'll pick up where I left off, and I can see which ones I have correct and incorrect, and I can redo them as many times as I want up until the due date. And so you have the due dates listed in multiple spots. It's in the schedule, it's in the syllabus, it is right here in the My Math Lab, and you go on and you continue, and you can also review the problems you did by hitting the review button. So that's just kind of a rundown of our class. And let's see, there's an orientation quiz, but that was taken last week. What else do we have here? We have some other tabs when you want to check your grades. Your grades will be put into, all your grades will go into D2L after the due dates. And when we take the exams, you're going to find them under the assessments tab, but they will tell you when you go to take the exam where to find it. And the communications tab shows you the announcements. You can also go to the course progress, class progress, and you can see what you have viewed. You can also, under quizzes, all exams, they will show up because D12 has a topic of quizzes. They show up here. And so once they're graded, you will see the graded attempt. You'll see your grade. You will also see feedback provided to you. So that's where you would check that. And I'll post a reminder about that once we have our first exam. But that is kind of a rundown of our class. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to email me or call. And that's kind of a short little summary of where we're at and how to access everything in the D2L classroom. Make sure that you are looking at the notes before you attempt the homework. And also, I should point out that you can access the ebook. So to view the ebook and read the book so that you can be familiar with the topics and the problems, you're going to go into the My Lab Math, and on the left hand side there will be something for the e-text. Now you'll find our chapter that we're on, and you can also, there are videos in here. There are videos in here that explain the material. So you can find videos, you can find the actual book, and you can find the homework. So all of that is provided for you here. All right, so that's a quick rundown. Let's get started with the semester and start going through and working through the material. And if you run into questions, make sure you email me.